on Local 10, a mother and son mauled by a neighbor's pit bull.
And the father also attacked when he tried to step in to save them. And the family says no one is being held accountable. Local 10's Ian Margol is live now in Miramar with the exclusive for us today. Ian.
Obviously a horrifying situation for this family. The mom's still in the ICU tonight recovering. They're hoping that everyone watching this will pay attention and hopefully be a little bit more careful with their own pets.
Just a horrific scene, something I don't think any parent should ever have to experience.
A terrifying ordeal for a Miramar family this week as they were viciously attacked by a neighbor's dog. James and his wife were bringing their kids home from the park on Tuesday when the dog started charging them and went right at his wife.
The dog is viciously just biting and holding on to my wife and shaking.
The kids ran inside, and after a struggle, James was able to pin the dog's head to the ground with a bike, forcing it to release her. But it wasn't over. The couple's 7-year-old son came out to defend his mom, but the dog just turned his attention to the boy and attacked him.
My wife is saying, "Save our son, save our son."
James ran over and began hitting it with the bike again, and then his wife ran over. Bleeding and injured, she still put herself between the animal and her son, so the dog turned back to her. At this point, James says things were getting dire, so he ran inside, grabbed 2 knives, and stabbed the dog until it finally let go. James, his wife, and his son were all taken to the hospital, and 3 days later, his wife is still in the intensive care unit. We went by the neighbors' properties, but no one answered the door. Miramar police tell us the dog's owners have paid nearly $4,000 in fines for the dog over the last 9 years. And James says he wishes more could be done to prevent things like this.
So that's horrible. I feel like the system, the laws, everything involved failed us because we didn't do anything wrong. I should be able to walk out of my house.
So those fines the owners have faced in the past were for things like the dog being off the leash, and actually one time in 2019 for that dog biting someone. But at the time, that victim didn't show up for a court case, and that case was dropped. We are told the dog did not survive this incident. Miramar Police tells us that Code Compliance is looking into this. They have already given out a summons to the owners. That means they will be in court next month and could face thousands of dollars more in fines. This is the 35th dog bite incident in Miramar already this year, so they are saying, please keep your dog on a leash. Even if you think your dog would never do something like this, you never know.
Outside her Miramar home, she says her husband had to kill the dog to make it stop attacking her. And today, the dog's owner was called to a hearing. Local 10's Ian Margol is live with the details. Ian.
In that hearing, the owner of the dog and the owner of the home that dog got out of, they were both ordered to pay a combined nearly more than $30,000. And the family at the center of this, the victims in this situation, they're hoping some good comes of it.
I'm glad that at least something was done this time, and hopefully that it helps going forward for every other family in the neighborhood.
The city of Miramar taking a stand Monday, ordering 2 women pay tens of thousands of dollars worth of fines after a vicious dog attack.
They tried to launch at my kids, and I just went in front of the kids. My husband told them to just run home, and the dog jumped on me and started biting me and dragging me.
The victim, a mother of 4 who asked us not to use her name, is still covered in scars. The dog attacked her first before turning on her young son and then going back to her. It only stopped when her husband grabbed 2 knives and stabbed the dog multiple times. At a hearing at Miramar City Hall, Special Magistrate Vincent Brown watched body cam video showing officers closing the door the dog came out of and listened to testimonies about what happened that day. He eventually ordered the dog's owner, Andrea Wright, and the owner of the home the dog got out of, Carmelia Newbold, be fined $15,000 each for the attack, citing a number of previous violations. On their way out of City Hall, Newbold hid her face from the cameras, denying any part in this situation, and Wright only had this to say.
I apologize for what happened.
So as we mentioned, the dog did not survive this ordeal. I was speaking with the family. They were saying physically they are getting better, but emotionally this is still really hard on them. In fact, their young son, the kid who was also attacked during this situation, every time they turn the corner just to go back home, apparently he says, "Oh no."